let's talk about personal growth and mindset. How do you think your mindset has evolved over the last 18 months? And what have you been doing to help yourself step into that higher version of you?
I think definitely, like I just said, follow my gut instincts. That has been the biggest one for me, because I think like things like when I took on the Self-Employed Girls, my gut, I just knew something wasn't right. And it's like, you know, the book, The Chimp Paradox?
Chimp Paradox, yeah.
Oh, so good. It's the little chimp.
Yeah, it's so good. When you just disassociate and you're like, that chimp.
Yeah, that chimp.
So
the
good.
Chimp in my head was going, oh, you know, you need the money, you need to take on, like, rooms empty, you need to have a self-employed girl, blah, blah, blah. But my gut was telling me, like, yeah, this is not right, don't do it. But I did it anyway. And I think just to, be kind of confident in my decisions and also not afraid to make mistakes, because I think that's how we grow and learn, isn't it? So I'm like, I think, you have to make mistakes to get better. It has to get bad before it gets better, kind of thing. So I think that's how we learn. And I think you just got to focus on your goals, really, and just
be more of you. Is there any specific like mindset hack or book or something that you've read that's made the game just completely different for you?
Chimp Paradox.
Chimp Paradox. Is that the one that's like that turned the circle for you?
And it was a bit, there was times of it where I was reading it and I was a bit like, oh, okay, it's kind of going on a bit.
It's a long ass book.
It's a long ass book. Yeah, it is. But you kind of get the basics of it. Yeah. I do read a lot of books as well, but I think the meditations, I'm always doing your meditations.
And I've got to record some more.
You have.
You know what?
Because I think I know them off by heart.
Oh my God, literally. Right. So I did a new thing in the training, you know, when I've restructured all the training. Like, I'm like, okay, here's a form, fill it in if you want something. I'll do it for you in 10 days. Fucking hell, I've got about 8 meditations to record. But no, a lot of people are like, meditations, but meditations are so powerful.
So powerful.
But I don't know if this is sad or not, I listen to my own meditations.
Yeah, and I love that.
And I don't mean this to sound like big-headed, but I've not found any that are as good as mine.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Because I write all my own meditations, I find my own music for them and I record them, and I'm like, I go really intuitively, so I'm like 3 intentions of things that I want to do today. And I just think to myself sometimes, so I'll use like, usually if I go on the sunbed, don't come for me. I go on the sunbed, I'm pale as fuck, I live in the UK. But sometimes I go on the sunbed, I'm like, oh, I'll do a meditation.
Yeah.
And then I like look for some, and I have like bought a few, but you know, they're not as good as mine.
I don't think they are. I've looked for them as well, and I always go back to yours.
Before you joined the Beauty Growth Academy, was personal growth and mindset something that you'd even considered working on in your beauty business?
Actually wasn't. No, and I think it's the biggest part of it.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely. I think I couldn't have done the things that I'd done without. It's like I say, so with the retreats, obviously the first one was more personal growth, wasn't it? And the second one was the Beauty Boss strategy. I personally couldn't have done the second one without doing the first retreat. I needed that first retreat to get to the second one. I think had I just gone on the second one, I'd have been really overwhelmed because I'd not worked on myself. So I think it's massively important. I don't think you can grow your business without sort of, I don't know, like
a positive mindset and belief and all that stuff. I do say like 70% mindset and belief and 30% strategy.
Yeah.
Because you can have a great strategy and you can be taking lots of action.
Yeah.
But if your day-to-day mind is consumed of thoughts like, I'm not good enough, is this going to fail?
Yeah.
I'm not a boss, I'm not a leader. Why would clients come to me? Eventually you burn out and you just become paralysed because you're like, okay, you could be following a great strategy and taking lots of action, but your mind's fucking with you every single day.
100%.
Every single day. And that 100%. Is draining.
Yeah.
And that's why, for me, when I started coaching, I knew that my main focus is on the person, on you, on your beliefs. Let's figure you out. Let's see what's holding you back. Let's see what we need to help you realise, because mindset shifts and self-belief is 70% of the work.
100%.
Once somebody can look at me and go, I believe I can make a successful salad, I'm like, fab.
Yeah.
Now let's teach you some strategy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Or they
definitely.
can come to me and say, like, I don't think I'm capable of it. And then I can dig. Why?
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Yeah.
But
yeah. And you don't have to do loads either.
No.
Because I get overwhelmed with things. If I'm like, oh God, I should be reading this, I should be doing that, I should be doing... It's just the little bits, just keep going, little bits and bobs. And it's funny because when I went, I was, when I was emailing Paris, I was telling her that when we were at the a Beauty Boss one, I remember it was the last day and you looked at me and we were going around in a circle sort of saying our goals and stuff, and I was like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be a certain, and you were like, you are going to do this, I can see you're going to do this, and then I was like, I'm going to do this.
I so remember that day one, we're like, what have you come here for? And you was kind of like a shell of a person, like, oh, well, this is probably the transformation, just like, oh, I've come here for this, and by the end of it you was like, I am gonna and I was like, fuck yeah, man, you are, and look, you have.
I have, yeah.
I'm so
it's been
proud
amazing.
of you.